Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective prayers at the lotus feet of our Divine Master, Bhagavan Baba. We warmly welcome all the teachers and the principals and the volunteers of Vidya Vahini who are on this call. Today is a special day. It's Teachers' Day, but additionally, we are taking the opportunity to salute our teachers. This session for the next 30 to 40 minutes is our expression of gratitude to the teachers of our Sai schools. Something interesting is going to happen today. Our team has picked up a few messages from Bhagwan's Vidya Vahini. All of you must have read that or at least heard about that. From Vahini, Vidya Vahini, we have selected and curated some messages. There are 9 messages. So our request is that please think any one number, right? It is for you. And during this session, we will display the message. So that is a direct message for you from Bhagavan, right? Okay. So to set the context of today's session, I welcome our director, Srimati Karuna Munshi, to address us. Sai Ram, sister.
Thank you, Subbu. Loving pranams at the lotus feet of the Supreme Teacher to Humanity, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, and my loving Sai Ram to all my sisters and brothers. Very happy Teachers' Day to all our honorable, esteemed and respected teachers. We are celebrating your contribution to society and your contribution to Vidya Vahini today. For us at Vidya Vahini, every teacher is the successful instrument or the vehicle who enables the success of Vidya Vahini and makes it relevant and useful. And instead of all of us talking, I thought it's a great time for us to we all have a safety vault in the bank and we keep all our gems hidden inside. I'm sure you have one in a nationalized bank and you keep your locker key very safely. So we also have a locker at Vidya Vahini and it's full of wonderful gems, rubies, diamonds, better than gold. And these are my colleagues who are all teachers. And it is these wonderful, amazing teachers. Vidya Vahini, I was doing a mental count, must at least have about 100 outstanding teachers who sit selflessly, who have taught in schools like how all of you are teaching now. And now, based on a lifetime of experience, they are now creating this content and sharing it with you. So basically, with our younger sisters and brothers who are career teachers currently, the very experienced and senior teachers are putting all the content and all the training together to share and take the flow of the Vahini forward. So I now hand you over to a handful, because we only have so much time. So only a handful of our gems are here. They're all career experienced teachers, teachers of great success. They work quietly behind the scenes to handhold you, our young teachers. So I think they are the most appropriate persons to talk to us today. Over to Subbu brother and over to our teachers. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, sister, for setting the context. Thank you so much. Can we have the number 2, brother? What is that message? This is a message from Vidya Vahini. The real teaching, Vidya, directs that the world be dealt with as duty demands in a spirit of detachment, avoiding entanglement. Very appropriate message for today's time, right? With this message, now I welcome Mr. Ota sir, who plays multiple roles. He is a content creator currently. He is also the state coordinator for Odisha. He also travels. He is one of our young members. You would see him in a few seconds, right? He travels to all the schools, spends plenty of time with the teachers, molding them, sharing his wisdom. Welcome, Ota sir. What sir, you're on mute.
We can't hear you, Utta sir.
Okay, we will go to Suhasini ma'am and we will come back to Ota sir. Suhasini Nagaraj, sister, all of you have met, heard her. She currently leads our content creation. Previously, she was, in addition to creating content, she was also traveling schools, mostly in Karnataka. Again, hand-holding, mentoring, molding the teachers. Let's invite her to share her wisdom. Over to you, Suhasini ma'am.
Thank you, Subbu brother. Thank you. My loving pranams at the Divine Lotus feet. Dear sisters and brothers, my friends, colleagues, to all the teachers who are present here on the call today, and on behalf of Sri Satyasai Vidyavahini content team, all those who haven't been able to join this call today to speak to you directly, a big, huge thank you. Thank you for being our mouthpiece. Thank you for being our hands and voice, and carrying the content that we have created for Sri Satyasai Vidyavahini. And we have offered it to Swami as our Naivedyam. So this Naivedyam is being taken to the school, to the students for whom it is meant by each one of you. So a huge, huge thank you. Without you, we would have never managed this. That's one part. In Sri Satyasai Vidyavahini, we had a huge vision. We wanted to create students an experience which they'll carry back. Each one of you will be carrying back experience of and the memories of the school where you studied. And the memories will include the teachers. A huge part of everything is a teacher. So how should we create learners who will remain learners for life, not only when they are in school, but they'll remain learners forever? How to create compassionate, loving human beings? How to create people who will be joyful under all circumstances? How do we go about creating adults who will love to serve the humanity at large and the society that is there around them, willingly, with the commitment and so on. So this is what we had in mind in Sri Satyasai Vidyavahini. And in order to make, realize this vision, we created Sri Satyasai Vidyavahini content, a methodology, that is approach, how to teach, carry that content to the students. And then we set down a few processes and all of that. But nothing of that would have succeeded if you had not come forward to take it to the classroom, to the students for whom it was meant. So a huge gratitude for making that happen and helping us to realize this dream, the dream of building a nation which does not just churn, has only engineers and doctors, which is what today's educational system brings about, but also, good sports persons maybe, or musicians, or CEOs, who can have their own startup companies, or economists, or government officials, and so on and so forth. So you are our partners who are helping us to realize the dream that we have had for this nation. So thank you one more time. And as a teacher, I know how very difficult it is to spare time. The most valuable thing that every teacher has, to find time to learn a new approach, to find time to teach in a new method, to find time to create activity around in the classroom, which is very different from what it has been for you. But you have done all of that. You've taken this very, very bold, courageous step of coming forward to learn and to deliver and take on the responsibility of creating beautiful human beings. And I congratulate you for that. We appreciate you for your stand, and we are very, very grateful to you for that. And we really, really hope that our partnership of Sri Satyasai Vidyavahini and Satyasai Vidyavahini school teachers continues for a very long time to come. And together we are able to realize this dream of offering to Swami what we have created through you to the students. Thank you. And a very, very happy Teachers' Day. Thank you again. Sai Ram.
Sairam Sarasima, thank you so much for the words of wisdom and the encouragement. Keshwar brother, can we look at what number 9 means for us? What is the message Swami is giving us? The listener has to possess a clear respective intellect, or else the philosophical principles that form the basis of jnana will not be comprehended. The guru and the pupil both have to be of this stature. Sri Satya Sai Baba from Vidya Vahini. Right? Brother, can we also take a look at 6? What 6? Oh, wonderful message. You may master a billion fields of study, but if you have not cultivated the attitude of detachment, the mastery is of no consequence. Thank you, Keshava brother. I now request Saroja Krishnamurthy ma'am to share her wisdom. Saroja Krishnamurthy ma'am, again, many of you would have met her, interacted with her. She again comes, she's a career teacher. She worked in Stella Maris College in Chennai. She was a principal of Kumaran schools in Bengaluru, right? And she has been associated with Vidyavani close to a decade now. Over to you, ma'am.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. It is, my greetings to all the teachers on this beautiful day, our Teachers' Day. As I keep telling, you're all the chosen ones of Swami. And Swami says, character, the end of education is character. So I thought I'll just relate a small incident, how best we can be instruments in building up this character to a certain amount of perfection. It is a common experience with the teaching community to find at least 3 or 4 students in every class behaving out of the way and not on par with the moral stipulations. All of us are aware it needs immense patience to deal with such students. Our one factual experience, I can tell you, if we speak to them in a friendly way without treating them as bad elements, it's a lot of chance for them to open up. Once they develop this confidence in us, it is the best time to make them take a vow not to repeat such actions. It was in 2009 when I was heading the ICC, as Sir said, Kumaran Public School. There was a boy called Roshan in class 9. Both his parents were doctors and very busy, so he was under the care of grandparents. So one day he entered my room and offered me a box of expensive candies. It was his birthday. And that afternoon, he celebrated his birthday in a kiosk in our school, a Nestle kiosk was there. And he spent nearly 2,500 rupees treating all the boys. In fact, I was a little taken aback because we gave strict instructions not to send a lot of money, which is not necessary for the students. Of course, a couple of days later, the parents met me regarding the academic performance which was going down with this boy. So when I spoke to them about this expensive candies and the party that he hosted, the parents were totally in the dark. And so I requested them to cooperate with me so that we can together bring out the truth and help him to come out of this appropriation. So I told them to explore what had happened and how did he get so much of money to access. I request them to inform me and not to trouble the boy with such information. So the next day, the parents called me up and told that the grandpa's money, about 3,000 rupees, went missing. So I really prayed to Swami to help me to sort out this issue. The next day, I called the boy to my room and told him, "You are such a wonderful boy. How beautifully you celebrated your birthday. Can you just tell me how you got so much of money? Did your parents give you?" Then he was literally taken aback. Then I told him, "You are such a great boy, so I want to share this cupcake." I gave him one. And both of us had, and I gave him a sheet of paper and I told him, you please write down all that you felt you have done these days, 3 days. I told him, you take your time. Then he sat there for 15 minutes. He wrote down what happened. And I told him, you have to write down all the truth because I know what is happening. Only then I won't take any tough step. Have confidence in me. My support is there. He sat, he wrote down everything. After 10 minutes, he came running to me, inconsolably crying, "Ma'am, I will never do such a thing. I'm very, very sorry. I stole 3,000 rupees from my grandpa." I gave him a hug and said, "This is what I want this truth to come out." And immediately he asked him, "Do you think your parents will like this? Are you okay with such feelings?" He said, "No, ma'am, I will never ever do such a thing." And he wrote, his parents were in tears when they saw the truth written down in the letter, in the paper, along with the apology. And even now I have the card that he shared with me with this apology written. See here, I think it's not visible here. I have this card where he had written the apology and, "Thank you, ma'am, for showing me the way. My dear teachers, I felt it is our duty to create this comfort zone. I'm sure they will definitely get connected. If we don't discuss this matter with anybody else and only one-to-one, they will definitely take up this responsibility to correct themselves." Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you so much, Sairam, to each one of you.
Sairam, ma'am, that was really inspiring. The ability where even the parents or grandparents couldn't get the truth out and set the boy on the right direction. You managed to do it as a teacher, which just goes to prove the power of teacher. What she or he wields over the young mind. Thank you so much for sharing that wisdom. Brother, can we look at what 8 means? You have to develop humility to believe that you have much good to learn from others. It's a wonderful message. Thank you for sharing this. Let's move on to T.R. Rajeshwari sister. And again, T.R. Rajeshwari sister has been with Vidya Vahini for over a decade. She has played multiple roles. She continues to play multiple roles. She is a mentor, trainer. She is Tamil Nadu State Coordinator. She is also author. And right now she is in the west coast of the US. It's approximately 2:30 a.m. However, she has taken the time to join us so that she could share and express her gratitude with all of you. Thank you, Raji ma'am.
Sairam, my humble pranams at the lotus feet of dear Bhagwan. Wishing all the dedicated teachers a very happy Teachers' Day. Thanking Swami for giving me this opportunity to be with you all today. First, I want to thank all the teachers for taking up this noble profession, that too in Swami's school. We are all here today by his immense grace, isn't it? Yes, it is not by chance, only by his grace. I have visited all the schools in Tamil Nadu. Before we step in there, Swami will be waiting there to receive us as family members. He has planned everything beforehand. Only we have to just give our time and energy to participate in his work. Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini is his pet project, as we all know. We are all selected by Bhagwan to be his instruments. Yes, in my early days, when working as a teacher, he gave me a test to choose to work in a reputed school or in a Sai school in a very remote area. With humility and the pranams to Swami, I brilliantly, with love for Swami, selected Swami's school, though we had the financial crisis. You know, after that, what happened? There's no turning back. Till date, I am full of happiness and enthusiasm about doing Swami's work. He is taking care of everything. Then why fear when he is near? Rare of the rarest is the human birth. Still rarest is knowing Swami. More than that, working in his school. What else we want? Nothing. Let us bring not only great personalities in different professions, but remember to bring good citizens with great values, with great knowledge, by way of using our Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini in all means. So let teachers, we plan, prepare, and execute to become his true instruments. Just one incident I'll share. When I was working in Sai school, I was taking Balvikas classes. So I asked one child, what is the use of our mouth? We normally expect the child will answer to speak and to eat. To my surprise, you know what the child told? We use our mouth to smile. So keep smiling and inspire always. Sai Ram, thank you for the opportunity. Happy Teachers Day.
Thank you so much, sister. Using the mouth to smile. That's something which only a child could give that kind of an answer, right? As elders, we would process it very scientifically. We will try to give many reasons. And again, mostly we used to, talk ill about others, right? That's what the mouth keeps saying. And that's exactly what Bhagavan has always cautioned us. Using the mouth to bring out the beautiful smile and thereby spreading the smile across. Thank you so much for that message, sister. Keshav, can we look at number 7? The authentic scholar should not entertain egotism in the thoughts at any time. Thank you. Can we also look at number 5? Service rendered to any being is service offered to God. This has to be the chief goal of the educated. Bhagavan from Vidya Vahini. Thank you, brother. Can we play Shobha Sister's clipping? Another of our teacher turned training team member come author, Shobha Dachika sister. She would be sharing her gratitude, expression of joy with us now. Okay, we have a technical issue. We will go to Usha Raghavan ma'am. Usha Raghavan ma'am again is someone who is not new to any of you. The kindest soul, one of the kindest soul with plenty of patience, plenty of wisdom, and someone who can connect with anyone immediately, who always has got the time for mentoring everyone. Thank you for joining us today, ma'am. Please share your thoughts. You are muted, ma'am.
Sorry. Thank you, Subbu brother, for your kind words. Sairam to all. Happy Teachers' Day. We are doubly blessed because we are teachers and we are connected to Vidyavahini. Teachers, I want to speak to you about the 6 golden words. Hold on, do not give up. You know, in your day-to-day life, there may be frustrating moments, even days, where you're under great work pressure from your academic side, from admin side, pressure from your colleagues, other school authorities, parental pressure, home front, you are torn apart. You don't know what to do, you become helpless. At that time, remember the 6 golden words, hold on, do not give up. I'll tell you why. I was working in an NGO called Akanksha. We used to function from the slums of Mumbai. Our classrooms were in the slum. So the first day I went, I was asked to handle children between 11 years and 14 years. It's a very difficult stage and I could not manage. After the class dispersed, I sat in a corner and wept. This went on for the next 3 days. On the 5th day, I took a calendar to the classroom, stuck it on the wall. When the class went out of control, I touched the calendar. And lo and behold, teachers, from that day, I could manage very well. Why, I stuck Swami's photo behind the calendar and stuck it on the wall. When your intentions are good, teachers, the universe will answer your prayers, be it any form you love or formless, but your prayers will be answered. So hold on, do not give up. I'll tell you why. We make a change in the lives of children. One day, as I was sitting in the class, talking to children, guiding them, a man stood on the doorway and he was glaring at me and the class. I was a little nervous, but I did not show it. Over and above that, one boy came and told me, Didi, they call Didi for teachers. Didi, that man is Kartikeyan's father and he is on parole. He is murder accused. But then I did not show the fear on my face. And when the class dispersed, that man came straight to me, fell on my feet and started sobbing. I said, what happened, Kartikeyan's father? He said, teacher, I was just noticing what is going on in the class and I know you are the guide to my son. Please be with him always. I'm going away tomorrow, but I do not want Kartikeyan to be like me. Teachers, today Kartikeyan is doing a business. He is settled in life very well. He is having family and he is contented. So we impact the lives of children. So always remember the 6 golden words. Hold on, do not give up. Thank you, Saira.
Hold on, do not give up, because he is always there with us. Thank you, Usha ma'am. Kishma brother, can we look at number 1? The sign of a great soul is one thought, one word, one deed. The harmony of these 3 is the best proof of the worth of humanity. Thank you, brother. Can we also take a look at 3? Teachers must dedicate their learning and wisdom to the great task of uplifting pupils to higher level of knowledge and action. Thank you, Keshava brother. Now, I invite another of our wonderful sister, Ganga Ramesh. Ganga Ramesh sister again is a teacher by profession, and she has been creating the wonderful social studies content for several years for Vidyavahini. she's one of the serving teachers. She is still working in a school in Mumbai. Thank you, sister, for joining us. Over to you.
Offering my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Lord. Sai Ram, all of you. On this auspicious Teachers' Day, I convey my best wishes to all of you. All those who are directly or indirectly involved in the field of education. We are extremely fortunate that Swami has chosen each one of us and enrolled us in his mission. Education is a very important tool which can bring about transformation in the society. In the Rama Avatar, the Vanaras got an opportunity to be a part of the Setu Bandhan and assist Lord Rama in defeating Ravana's army. In the Kali Yuga, Swami has enrolled us in this Vidyavahini program. We all are the chosen ones. We all are his instruments. The Satyasai Vidyavahini content team, they are like architects who design the content. But Swami has placed the real responsibility, actual responsibility on the shoulders of the teachers who are like engineers, who put this plan into action, interact with the children on a day-to-day basis, and they are the ones who play a vital role in bringing about that transformation. When we prepare an MLP, it goes on in stages, and it takes a lot of dedicated efforts. One MLP, about 3 months. And once it is all ready, we share a message on the WhatsApp group that such and such an author would share this MLP today and offer it, complete the MLP and offer it at the Lord's feet. Gives us a lot of joy and satisfaction when there are congratulatory messages pouring in. But the real satisfaction came up when in the first week of August, there was a data sheet that was shared with us. And that depicted the total number of viewership of the assets that have been created by the content team. And when we got that list, all of us very eagerly surfed through the list to find out how many of our assets have been viewed and how many times. Sisters and brothers, the joy and satisfaction that we got after viewing that list is so immense that there are no words to express that. In fact, all this is possible because of the teachers. Without you, nothing could have been achieved. Here, I think of this particular entire procedure as a relay race. The process of content creation is like a relay race. When an MLP work starts, there is a team, an author, there are reviewers, and the baton is passed from one group to another group. There's a planner, then there are pedagogy mentors, team workers. Each group plays a vital role. But just as in a relay race, the final runner is of great importance. Similarly, the teacher in the school is of great importance because she is the one who walks that extra mile, surfs through the portal, downloads the content, takes the printout, takes it to the class, and then finally she is the one who puts it forth to the children. So the goal is reached only when the last runner or that athlete plays his or her role very well. So, sisters and brothers, you all have played this role very effectively. And the joy and satisfaction that we have got is all because of you. I'm working in a government aided school since last 28 years. But it was always my intense desire that I should work for Sai School. And Swami has fulfilled this desire of mine by enrolling me in the Satyasai Vidyavahini program since its inception. And my dream has changed into a reality because of you, sisters and brothers, who share the content prepared by us in your own respective classrooms. Heartfelt thanks to all of you for making the lessons for the children interactive, enjoyable, participative. Thank you so much. Prayers to Swami to bless all of us in all our endeavors. Thank you. Saira.
Thank you so much, sister. The statistics, what Ganga sister was mentioning, was from NCERT team. That is the assets what we have uploaded in Diksha portal, the National Teachers Portal, diksha.gov.in. Vidyavahini continues to be the #1 single largest contributor, a wholesome contributor at that. And the statistics shows that across all the 700 plus states of the districts of the country, every single district, there is some teacher, some student accesses Vidyavahini content, from Diksha portal. So that's a great validation. Thanks to you all. We have the clipping of Sister Shobha Dasika Reddy. Before that, Keshava brother, can we look at number 3? I think we have seen number 3, right? Number 4. The educated person and the student undergoing education must both cultivate simplicity. They must discard ostentation. Thank you, brother. Can we now listen to Shobha sister?
Sai Ram, a good evening to all of you and a happy Teacher's Day. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. This was told by Henry Brooks Adams. And there's another American proverb, if you can read this, thank a teacher. Yes, teachers are the pillars of our society. Each profession occupies a specific niche in society. Doctors heal, engineers design, and bankers handle our money. But teachers are lifelong teachers. At an initial stage, teachers instill the skills of communication, decision making, and awareness of social responsibility. Later in life, no matter which field we choose to pursue, we again turn to teachers for training. The crucial responsibilities of inculcating knowledge, kindling inspiration, and encouraging creative thought are all vested in the teacher. Keeping in mind the increasing trend of both parents working for long hours, the teacher is also expected to build a strong moral character and provide emotional support. Thus, the teacher has to build a rapport with the student and be simultaneously approachable and authoritative. His or her role encompasses that of an instructor, friend, role model, and confidant. Teachers, a pat on your back for having risen to the digital teaching in the pandemic period. I'm sure each one of you will have a story behind the implementation of the curriculum. I'm sure you must have to the extent of convincing parents to attend the online classes. But however, all EdTech solutions had to accept the fact that a teacher intervention is required to transact the content. I'm sure you will agree that the online classes also improved your internet surfing capability and put forth your best of the abilities to make the students understand a topic. Post pandemic also has a series of challenges, primarily being the learning loss, but you have taken it in the right stride to bridge the learning gaps. The pandemic period was a blessing in disguise for teachers to implement digitally as teachers. We do agree to the fact that digitization has brought a great revolution, and our mindset to accept the digital content and giving our best to transact the multimedia teaching aids. Above all this, we need to thank our dear Swami, who's our foremost Guru. We pray to him that he gives us guidance throughout our lives to guide the children. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you. Thank you, Shobha sister. We have our last speaker, Vota sir. Can we get Vota sir? Sorry, I think there is some technical challenge. Vota sir is not able to connect with us. While so far, all the teachers who are currently playing the role of content creators and the trainers, they provided their perspective, the joy they derive. Right? I too would like to express my gratitude to you for many things. Right? I'm not a teacher. I have done training for adults in the banking sector, but not for school teachers, academicians. Why would I like to express my gratitude? Every time I visit any of you at your school premises, the love and warmth showered by you, it kind of energizes me. I love to drive. I have put thousands of kilometers driving to several schools. And at every school, the welcome you shower, and the ideas you kind of share with me, you kind of use me as your sounding board. I bring some ideas to you and use you as our sounding board. It helps both the parties. A big thank you to you all for that. Another reason for expressing gratitude, this is looking from the overall Vidyavahini perspective, right? When the lockdown started due to pandemic, every other school in the country was struggling to go digital. They didn't have access to PPT. They didn't know how to use any of the digital tools. They were all struggling. But you all very quickly caught up with whatever technology was available. You already knew how to use PPTs. All we have to do was teach you some kind of a video platforms. And in fact, many of you got trained on many of these platforms like free conference call, Google Meet, Zoom, and so on and so forth. In fact, a few of you even reached out to us to learn how to use Google Form, how to use Google Classroom, all of this. Every time you approached us, right, this also became something which we have to work on, we have to learn for ourselves. That knowledge, ensuring that we keep ourselves abreast, a big thank you. One other thing, today Vidyavahini is sought after by Ministry of Education, NCERT, Niti Aayog, and a few state governments. Why and what made this possible? Your utilization of our content and methods, your engagement with what we have communicated during the training session. All of this has given us inputs to constantly improve the quality of our content process. Right? You all heard Shobha sister talk about, Ganga sister talk about how much of our content is being used by teachers across the country using Diksha platform, right? All this has become possible only due to your feedback, your constant encouragement, your constant, engagement with the content. A big thank you to you all for this. Our sincere gratitude. Thank you so much. With this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you so much for being with us. Keshav, have we left any number? I think we are left with 3. Do we pay 3? Yes. Thank you, brother. Teachers must, can you go to 3? Teachers must dedicate the learning and wisdom to the great task of uplifting pupils to higher level of knowledge and action. Thank you so much. With this, we close the session. Thank you all for being with us. We will close the session with a Shanti mantra. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, teachers, and thank you, SSSVV members. Thank you for joining us.
Om
Happy
Shri
Teachers' Day.
Saram. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you all.